Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alrighty, so today I'm going to be watercolor painting the Knife Devil from Chainsaw Man. There's a gun devil, there's a chainsaw devil, there's a katana devil, so there's gotta be a knife devil, right? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to be water painting in today's video. That's exactly what I'm going to be water painting in today's video. No, that's exactly what I'm going to be watercolor painting in today's video. First off, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to sketch up the, Knife Devil from Chainsaw Man with my Pentel Graph Gear 500 mechanical pencil. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and, watercolor paint the knife that I'm going to be watercolor painting in today's video. And then after that, I'm going to be going over all of the details once again with my Sharpie S-Gel pen to just make the, art, the drawing, whatever you want to call it kind of thing, that I'm going to be doing in today's video just look a little bit more distinct. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get to, sketching the Knife Devil from Chainsaw Man. I think first off, I'm just going to go ahead and start off with the blade. So I'm just going to have the blade just come straight down just like that. And then I'm just going to have it just kind of wrap around. And then we're just going to go into the hilt from here. That doesn't look quite right, but I'm just going to go ahead and do... Actually, that doesn't look too bad. But I'm just going to go right into the hilt. I think I want to have it go more like that instead. And I'm just going to go right into the hilt. Just like that. And I do think I want to touch up some stuff. I've got my eraser right here. I've got a Pentel Click Eraser. Some eraser ASMR for y'all. That's pretty satisfying, I'm gonna lie. I really do like this eraser, partly because of the noise it makes. I'm not super happy with this, though, I will admit. I'm not super happy with this drawing. I do kind of want to give it another go. So I think I'm going to go ahead and redraw it just real quick, in all honesty. I'm not super happy with it, and I want to be happy with it before I start actually watercolor painting it. Because if I'm going to put in the effort to watercolor paint it, I want to actually like the sketch that I do of it beforehand. So there we go. It's all erased now. Let's go and give it another go. Let's go ahead and give it another go. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the line just coming all the way down like that once again. And then I'm just going to have that coming down like that. And I'm thinking the handle is a little bit too short. So I'm going to have that like that. And then I'm going to erase all of this. I'm not very good at drawing knives. I'm definitely not very good at drawing knives. And I'm just going to have that come up like that. There we go. There we go. Just like that. And I think that should be good enough for a knife. I think that should be good enough for a knife. I do kind of want to add like some thumb areas for the knife and everything like that kind of thing. So I think I'm going to do that real quick. Just add a little bit, just some like finger areas where you'd be holding the knife and everything like that. So I'm just going to add some divots in it. Just like that. Just to add a little bit more detail. There we go. And then I'm also going to have some holes in the knife as well. I'm going to have a hole right here. I actually kind of want that to be a little bit bigger. And do I want any serration or anything like that? I'm thinking I just want to leave it like it is. And I do think, I'm happy with the handle now. And I'm happy with this, and I definitely want to add some more details to the handle as well. I kind of want that coming up and then going back down, just to add some more detail to it. But I'm kind of not happy with the actual shape of the blade itself. I have a knife right here. And let's just take a look. Let's just take a look. So this is obviously a pocket knife. This is obviously a kitchen knife. So there is some differences. There are a lot of differences. But I'm kind of thinking, I don't think this is quite sharp enough. It goes out too much, and too much to my liking. Let me just put it that way. So I do think I'm going to redraw just this area right here. But the rest of the knife I'm pretty happy with. So I don't see any reason in redrawing the rest of it. So I'm just going to go and erase all that. This eraser works pretty good. No complaints on my behalf, that is for sure. There we go. There we go. I think that's a lot. There we go. That's much better. It went out too much, and I'm much more happy with it now. So now it's looking a lot more like a steak knife. There we go. There we go. Much more happy with that. Much more happy with that. It's a lot thinner. There's a lot less body to the drawing now, but I am definitely more happy with it. That is for sure. And I said I was going to add some holes to this, and I still do want to do that. So I'm going to hole right there, a hole right there. And I think I'm just going to do one more hole right there. So there we go, just like that. And then now I'm actually going to go ahead and draw the face. Now I might get rid of this hole. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to have an eye like that. I'm just going to have an eye like that. I'm going to add a bunch of other details later. Just like that. There we go. Alrighty, and I'm just going to leave it like that for the moment. I think that third hole can stay just fine. I'm going to go ahead and just add some arms to this as well. Just going to erase those for the moment and redraw those. Do I need any more eraser? No, I'm all good. And I'm just going to redraw this area now. Redraw that. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. Make this a little bit longer. Arm. Arm. And I don't know if I'm going to do any others. I'll figure that out later. Alrighty, though. This is now all ready to be watercolored. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. Now, what are the colors that I actually want to use to watercolor paint? Well, this design right here. I'm thinking for the hilt, I want to do black for the area right here, and then I want to do some other color right here. I'm thinking maybe like a, I'm thinking I want to do like a dark black around here, and then I want to do like a lighter black right here. That's kind of my thinking. But for the actual knife itself, I'm not sure. I am kind of thinking I could go for, I mean, like I could go full monochromatic, but I don't want it all to blend together too much, especially since I'm going to be going through all of the lines that, I'm going to be going over all of the lines again with a black pen. So I kind of don't want it to blend together too much. A Monster I'm drinking today is pretty good as well. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? I could go... Okay, I think I might go for a monochromatic look. I think I might try that. If it doesn't work, it is what it is. And worst case scenario, it's a drawing I don't like. But best case scenario, I think it might turn out pretty well. I might go for some red as well to try to make it look like there's blood on the knife and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I think I'm going to try doing a monochromatic look in today's video and just try making all of the different areas I like. I think this color and this color I want to be the same, but this one I want to be distinctly black. So let's go ahead and give it a go. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the area on top, I think. Guess that's a little bit too dark for my liking. I should have really wet the page beforehand, but it is what it is. Nothing I can do about that now. But okay, this is much more to my liking now. I like this color a lot more. And I think I'm actually going to wet the page. Oopsies, I went through that eye. I did not mean to go through that eye. I'm going to go through the other one, though, just to make it match. And then I'm just not going to have the darker color come through. I'm actually pretty happy with the color that's actually coming through as is. I really want to get rid of this dark area right here, but I might have just messed it up. If I did, it is what it is. I'm just going to go over with another layer later then. But I'm going to try to pull up some of that pigment. Let's get it really wet. Let's just try to spread that out. It's not spreading very well. And I also messed up because I did not want these holes. I wanted those holes to be white because I wanted them to be distinctly clear. But that is what it is. Alrighty though, well, I'm going to try to darken up this side along with that a little bit more just to make it all match just a little bit. But it is what it is. So I'm just going to grab some more black. And then just try to darken up this side just a little bit more. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. I do think I want to go over it one more time, but I'm going to let it dry real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and focus on the handle now. Though the handle is going to be much easier because I want it to be pretty much pure black. So I am not too worried about how the handle is going to turn out. It should not be too difficult besides me messing up it now no longer having any handholds. It is what it is. Let's go and get a little bit more wet though and go ahead and just start spreading everything out. And there we go. All right, I feel like it's pretty even on both sides. Let's go ahead and do the middle now, which I think I'm just going to use some of the water from my thing right there to do the middle. There we go. I might make it a little bit darker. I can always do another layer. All right, so there we go. And I am thinking, oh, I was about to say I want like a black portion going right there, but that's what the pen is for. So what am I thinking? Yeah, no, this isn't so bad so far. This is not so bad so far. It's not exactly what I wanted. I will admit, it definitely is not exactly what I wanted, but, excuse me, it's definitely not bad. It's definitely not bad, and it is definitely better than not. But yeah, no. Do I want to leave it like this? I think I'll just leave it like this. Yeah, I don't really think there's any really big issues with it. The shading on this side is a little bit lower right here than it is on the top. That's not really a big deal though. The handle is mostly all one main color, and then this strip right here is pretty much all good. So I think I'm all done. I'm just gonna go ahead and just dry out my brush real quick. And I'm gonna go ahead and just wipe it all down, go and shove it back where it needs to be. Put that right there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start dabbing the wet portions of the drawing, starting with the top. And then now I'm just gonna go ahead and dab that, fold it over, dab that, dab that, dab that. All right, bet. That should be all good. So cool. All right, I'm just gonna go and put my paper towel right there, and now I'm gonna go ahead and start going over all of the lines with my Sharpie S Gel pen. This is in 0.7 millimeter size, which is my favorite size, if I do say so myself. 0.5 is pretty good as well, but I really do like 0.7, although I will admit it's a very common size as well, so I just tend to pick it up because it's really easy to find. But 0.5 is really good as well, but 0.7 tends to work pretty well for what I use it for. And actually, I am kind of considering using a different pen. I already said I was going to use this one, so I'll stick to it. But I definitely was considering using a different pen. But let's go ahead and start going over all of these lines. I'm going to go ahead and start with the outside lines, I think. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and do all of the sort of detail lines and everything like that. But I'm going to start with all of the outside lines. Just like that. And I'm going to go back all of these lines, over all of these lines again in the future. Which is my goal right now is just to get them done. And then I'm going to go back over and just add more detail in the future to them. So yeah, no, I think my main complaints with this drawing are that I accidentally went through not only these holes right here, but then also I went through the eyes. It's not a super big deal, but it definitely is something that bothers me a little bit. But it's not the biggest deal in the world, that's for sure. It's definitely something that I feel like viewers of the drawing will either think it's personality for the drawing or that I did it on purpose. I don't think it's something that's really going to matter, but let me know what y'all think in the comments down below, of course. Alrighty, so there we go. There's the outside line all done. I'm going to go ahead and do the inside line down here real quick. It's still kind of wet, maybe a mistake, but who cares? There we go. And now let's go ahead and start doing the details on the knife itself. So I'm just going to go and start with these holes right here. And now I'm going to go and do the nose. I'm going to add some nose lines. And I'm going to go and do the eyes now. There we go. I'm going to go and add some eye lines. There we go. I'm going to go and do the mouth. Now, one of the reasons why I like this pen so much for this sort of drawing is that the ink in it is very good for not smearing. I was thinking about using a pen. The pen I was thinking about using just a couple minutes ago is a pen that the ink smears more, which means that the ink is a little bit more distinct, yes, but on wet paper, it doesn't really react super well, I think. I don't know. I've used it before. It worked fine, but I feel like this pen works better. So that's why I'm using this pen in specific for this drawing, and I've used it in the past for a lot of watercolor paintings I've done similar to this one. There we go. I'm going to make this a little bit longer as well. There we go. All right, perfect, perfect. No complaints from me. I'm going to go ahead and actually smooth that out just a little bit as well. There we go. All right, perfect, perfect. And now let's go ahead and add this little detail right there. Let's go and add another one under there. Let's go and add a little bit of forehead line. Just another one up there. And I'm going to go and add a little bit of a line right there, a little bit of a line right there. Just like that. I'm going to go and add the arms. Just like that. And there we go. It is now almost done. Do I want to add feet to this? I think I'm going to leave this drawing with no feet. I think I'm going to leave this drawing with no feet. I don't think it needs any. I think it is just fine as is, so I'm just going to leave it well as is. Now, though, I'm going to go ahead and start going over all of the lines, just making them look a little bit more distinct, and I'm going to start adding some more sort of dark areas. I like having dark areas where the lines like meet or where they go through like a 90-degree angle or just any sort of angle at all. So anywhere where there's an angle like that, I'm just going to make them a little bit more distinct just to make it look just a little bit more like how I want. So there we go. There's another one. Let's go and just make that look a little bit more distinct. I'm going to make this look a little bit more distinct as well. Go back over that line. And let's have that on that side as well. There we go. And now let's go back over this line again. Go back over this one. There we go. Perfect, perfect. I think the hilt is all done now. Don't think there's anything else I want to add to it. So let's go ahead and start going over this side of the knife now. There we go. And let's go over these circles again. Let's just fill that in. There we go. All right, now let's go ahead and start going over the face. I'm gonna make the nose just a little bit more distinct. Go and just go over all the lines again. I don't know if y'all can see my head, but I am looking pretty closely at my drawing right now, just to make sure I get everything right. I'm gonna make the eyes right where they meet, where the two lines meet, a little bit more distinct as well. I'm gonna go and do the same to the eye lines. And there we go. All right. Well, cool, cool. Are there any other details that I feel like adding? I think I'm going to go over this line, this line, this line, and this line again. Go over these two, and then these two as well. I don't think, though, that there are any other details that I want to add. I think that might be it. I am actually quite happy with how this drawing turned out. I really am quite happy with how this drawing turned out. I ain't gonna lie, looking at it, I'm just gonna stand up real quick, looking at it through my iPhone screen, it's looking pretty good. I am pretty happy with it as a whole. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. And I'm definitely pretty happy with how it looks in person as well. I think it looks fantastic. And honestly, while I was watercolor painting it, I was a little bit nervous. I definitely was a little bit nervous. And one thing I forgot to do was add any red to it. I did say I was going to do that. I forgot to do that. I'm not doing it now because I've already added ink. And if I now add ink, it's now just going to smear everywhere. I'm not going to do that. Or now if I add water, now it's going to smear everywhere. So I'm not going to do that. But, like, yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I am pretty happy with how this drawing has turned out. That is for sure. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. I don't really think there's anything else I really feel the need to say. So as such, I think I'm going to make this just a little bit more distinct down here. There we go. Alrighty though. Perfect, perfect. And I just wanted to add just a little bit more detail. I'm going to do that again. There we go. Alrighty. Looking at it again, it's looking pretty good. I am very, very, very satisfied with this drawing. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. I do definitely think I have, well, watercolor painted the Knife Devil from Chainsaw Man. Certainly no complaints on my behalf, that is for sure. I don't think there's any other... Ooh! One thing I do want to do, I want to go back over these lines. I almost forgot to do that. That would have been bad. I want to make these just look a little bit more distinct. Add some more ink in there. There we go. I am pretty happy with how this drawing has turned out. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I really do have no complaints on my behalf. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this drawing. It's my first monochromatic where I only use one color, just different shades of that one color. Watercolor painting, ever. I don't think I've ever done a watercolor painting that's only monochromatic. And honestly, I think it turned out pretty good. I do think it turned out pretty good. I am very, very, very satisfied with it, that is for sure. I certainly hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, like, subscribe, and of course, please make sure to leave some constructive criticism in the comments down below. And of course, well, please make sure to also check out any of the links I have in the description down below. That's for sure. I have my Twitter, my Instagram, my book, my merch, my main channel, all in the description down below. Go check it all out. And as said, any constructive criticism y'all have for this drawing right here, leave it in the comments down below. And any tips y'all have for watercolor painting, leave them in the comments down below as well. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, y'all. To the next one, stay safe and peace and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?